Hello, and welcome to Shirley Storytime. Today's show is pretty cool. We're going to get a unique look at a horse training lesson for a horse named Grace and her new adoptive owner, Misty. Grace is a horse who lives at RVR Horse Rescue, and she arrived a year ago when she was mistreated by her prior owner. But after her recovery, she's now got all her fat and muscle back, and she's ready for a new owner who will treat her like a princess. Grace's new potential owner isn't an experienced horse lady, so she's working with RVR's trainer, whose name is Sergio. So training of a horse and owner starts way before riding. Basic training is called groundwork, meaning the trainer is on the ground, not on the horse. Sergio has started by lunging Grace. Lunging a horse is an exercise to tell Grace that she needs to listen to Sergio, that he's the boss. Sergio is going to ask her to walk and trot in a circle around him, and she has to keep going until he tells her to stop. He clicks to tell her to go, and he swings the lead rope to keep her going and make corrections when she doesn't stay in the circle. He also practices making her back up to make sure Grace will give him space to stay safe. He asks her to back up by making a little squeeze in the center of her chest. He's not pushing her backwards. There's no way he can push a 1,000-pound animal. He's using his hand to ask her to move. Once Grace is cooperating with Sergio, it's Mistys' turn to lunge her. She's just learning, so she's not as confident as Sergio is, and she doesn't have the exact technique until she gets more practice. Grace realizes Misty doesn't have the authority that Sergio does, and she tries taking advantage of Misty by running in on the circle and not cooperating. But before long, Grace realizes she needs to do what she's being asked. Finally, it's time for Misty to ride her Gracie. She also learns how to ask Grace to back up using the reins. And then they're off. After their lesson, Grace is sweaty and tired. She worked hard and was a good girl. Sergio also shows Misty how to properly cool Grace down so she dries off completely and quickly. Misty also has to practice asking Grace to back up and give her space. When Grace isn't being respectful, Misty needs to make a correction. All the corrections are made without anger and with no harsh punishment like hitting.
You own this. This is your real estate right now. Every time she puts her face over here, she's basically able to lift her head up and walk right over you. Okay? Okay, let's turn around and walk off. Whoa, good. Ask her to back up. Pinch, pinch. Back, back, back. And then make sure she can see you in front of her. Good job. And turn around and walk on.
As Sergio says, if a horse doesn't respect you while you're on the ground, you will never be able to control him if you get on their back and try to ride. Their lesson doesn't end until Grace is back in her pasture. Sergio even teaches Misty the proper way to release Grace back out into the field. I think as Misty keeps learning more skills and working with Grace, that they're going to have a wonderful relationship. Don't you? If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up under the video and tell your friends about it. If you love RVR Horse Rescue the way I do, you can check out their shop and get cool logo merchandise, like my shirt. I'll have the link to their website in the description below the video. Be sure to subscribe to make sure you see all the Curly Shirley Storytime episodes. That's all for this time. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.